This very large wooden bear that looks very much like a teddy bear that's holding on to a baby bear has brought to life the iconic symbol of an organization that has been helping children in the central Vancouver Island area for 50 years.
It was a beautiful rendition of a big bear helping the baby bear, and that's what we do here at the Child Development Centre.
The old logo, a silhouetted bear, had been in use for over a decade. And much like the building, which received a new coat of paint a couple of years ago, it was time for the symbol to receive a makeover to something that better reflected what the Child Development Centre is all about.
A couple of years ago, we went through a rebranding, trying to look at utilizing a bear. And when we talked to the staff, we were talking about what do we represent, what represents, and we talked about the fact that adults help the children through the journey. And so that came forward, and when we were looking at doing the rebrand for the bear, we went, wow, a big bear cuddling the little bear, and that's where the logo was born from.
The Nanaimo Child Development Centre is about connecting unique children with the big people they need in their lives to be successful.
When we're looking at the big bear, is it the dad, is it the mom, is it the grandpa, is it the grandma, is it the caregiver, is it an auntie, or is it an uncle? It's representative of anyone, and it could be the caregiver, it could be the therapist here at the Child Development Centre. We're all here to help the children.
To commemorate the 50th anniversary of the Child Development Centre opening its doors to families here on the Central Island, the staff set out to have a 3D version of the new logo created.
We had the idea that people could stand here and take pictures, the kids could sit beside it, and we wanted to do something significant for our 50th anniversary. So we looked around at different ideas, stone, sculptures, things like that. And then of course, because we're West Coast, we thought of carving and reached out to Mike Brown, and what you see is what we got.
Using a variety of power tools, Mike has been coaxing realistic-looking wildlife out of logs for over 20 years. He says he was honored to be called upon to create the bear carving for the Child Development Centre.
I put a lot of heart and effort into it for the kids. I wanted it to look really friendly.
It not only had to be friendly looking, it had to be touchable. Using his expertise, Mike spent about 75 hours repetitively shaping and smoothing the bear, similar to the way he is sculpting the fine feathers on the great blue heron.
So when I carved it, I carved to really resemble their logo, which was a bit of a tricky carve. So I really had to pay attention to my lines, and the way, the flow of the lines was really important.
The reaction is exactly what we hoped for. We've had kids that come out and take their picture, especially when the preschool ended for the summer. The kids were out here taking the pictures beside it, and something to commemorate their graduation from preschool. It is a focal point for sure here at the centre. You can't help but see it as you come into the entrance.